Picture yourself in the vast emptiness of the Karakum Desert, where the silence is so deep it almost hums, and as night falls, a blanket of stars stretches endlessly overhead. The air cools, the wind stirs the sand, and the desert transforms into a mysterious, almost otherworldly realm. On the horizon, a strange glow appears, not a city, not a wildfire, but a giant, burning hole in the ground. Its light flickers and dances, visible for miles, drawing travelers and wanderers like a beacon in the darkness. This is the Darvaza gas crater, better known as the Gateway to Hell, a name that captures both its danger and its allure. For over 50 years, this fiery pit has burned non-stop, a result of a human error deep in Turkmenistan's desert. What started as a routine search for natural gas turned into a spectacle of fire and science gone awry. There are no hotels or crowds here, just a long, rough journey across shifting sands to a place that feels untouched by time, where the only company is the wind and the ever-present flames. The crater's flames light up the night, a constant reminder of the raw power beneath our feet. The heat radiates outward and the air shimmers with energy, making the desert come alive in a way few places can. Its origins were mysterious for decades, fueling legends, wild rumors, and endless curiosity among locals and explorers alike. But the real story is a fascinating mix of science, miscalculation, and Cold War ambition, an unlikely combination that left a permanent scar on the landscape. For some, it's an environmental disaster, a reminder of the risks we take when we tamper with nature's balance. For others, a mesmerizing wonder that draws adventurers from around the world, eager to witness its fiery spectacle firsthand. The Gateway to Hell challenges our attempts to control nature, showing how unpredictable and powerful the Earth can be, no matter how advanced our technology becomes. It's a collision of geology, history, and myth, too compelling to ignore, and impossible to forget once you've seen it. How did this place come to be, blazing day and night in the heart of the desert? Why does it still burn, defying all attempts to extinguish it? And what's next for this fiery anomaly? Will it ever be tamed, or will it burn for generations to come? The answers involve Soviet scientists, a drilling accident, and a series of choices that spiraled out of control, leading to a decision that changed the desert forever and created a phenomenon that still fascinates the world. The Gateway to Hell stands as a relic of a mission gone spectacularly wrong, a monument to both human ambition and error. Let's uncover the truth behind this burning wonder, and discover the secrets that still smolder beneath the sands of the Karakum. In 1971, Turkmenistan was part of the vast Soviet Union, a nation driven by ambition and the promise of untapped resources. The hunt for natural gas was on, as the Soviets raced to fuel their growing empire and secure energy for decades to come. Soviet geologists armed with optimism and heavy machinery set up a drilling rig in the harsh, unforgiving Karakum Desert, confident they'd strike it rich beneath the sand. They drilled deep into the earth, searching for gas, but the ground was unstable and unpredictable, making every moment tense. Suddenly, disaster struck. The earth collapsed without warning, swallowing the rig and leaving behind a gaping crater over 200 feet wide, a scar in the desert. Miraculously, no one was killed, but the mission was a catastrophe, and the site was left in chaos. Methane gas began pouring out of the crater, creating a dangerous, toxic leak that threatened everything nearby. The gas threatened people, animals, and the fragile desert environment. Methane is deadly, invisible, and highly flammable, making the situation even more perilous. The Soviets couldn't plug the leak, their equipment was lost, the ground was too unstable, and every attempt to fix the problem failed. With limited resources, mounting pressure, and time running out, the team faced a crisis that seemed impossible to solve. Leaving the crater open meant risking a massive explosion or poisoning the area for miles around, a disaster with global consequences. The team needed a bold solution, and they needed it fast. Every second counted as the gas continued to escape. What they did next would turn this accident into a global legend, a story that would echo through history. The story of the Gateway to Hell was about to ignite, literally as fire met gas in a spectacular, unforgettable moment. A desperate decision would transform a failed drilling site into one of the world's strangest and most haunting landmarks. The consequences would burn for decades, a fiery reminder of human error and nature's power. The next chapter, fire. Faced with a leaking crater, the Soviet scientists made a radical choice: burn the gas off. They believed the fire would consume the gas in weeks, making the area safe. So they lit the crater, expecting a short-lived blaze. Instead, a massive fireball erupted and the flames roared on. Weeks passed, then months, then years. They had vastly underestimated the size of the gas reserve. The fire was fed by a colossal underground field, not a small pocket. What was meant as a quick fix became a permanent inferno. The fire they started in 1971 is still burning today. The gateway to hell was born, a fiery monument to human miscalculation. The crater's flames became legendary, drawing awe and fear. The scientists' plan to quietly solve a problem had backfired spectacularly. Instead of a solution, they created a spectacle. The burning pit became a symbol of unintended consequences. And so, the desert's most famous fire raged on. Standing at the edge of the Darvaza crater is unforgettable. The first thing you notice is the sheer scale. This isn't just a hole in the ground, but a gaping wound in the earth, alive with fire and heat. The crater is nearly the size of a football field and about 100 feet deep, stretching wider than you'd ever expect in the middle of the barren desert. There are no barriers, just you and a burning abyss. The edge crumbles underfoot, a reminder of how untamed and dangerous this place truly is. The heat is intense, radiating outward even from a distance. It hits you in waves, distorting the air and making it shimmer like a mirage. Get too close and it feels like standing before a giant furnace. The air is thick, almost hard to breathe, and your skin tingles from the dry, scorching wind. The sound is a deep, constant roar, millions of cubic feet of gas igniting every second. It's a low, thunderous growl that never stops, echoing across the desert. By day, thousands of flames dance across the crater floor, creating a chaotic, mesmerizing scene. The fire flickers and leaps unpredictably, as if the earth itself is alive. At night, the glow transforms the desert, visible for miles. The darkness makes the flames even more dramatic, turning the crater into a beacon of fire. The flames burn in shades of orange, yellow, and red, painting the sky. The colors shift and blend, casting an eerie light on everything nearby. Smoke and dust shimmer in the firelight, making the air itself seem alive. Every gust of wind stirs up glowing embers and swirling particles. It's both beautiful and menacing, a photographer's dream, a traveler's thrill. The sight is hypnotic, impossible to look away from. The raw, untamed energy makes you feel small and awestruck. Standing there, you realize how powerful and unpredictable nature can be. The crater truly earns its nickname, the gateway to hell. It's a place where the earth seems to open up and reveal its fiery heart. It's a place where you sense the ancient power of the earth. The landscape around it is stark and silent, amplifying the drama of the flames. The experience is both humbling and exhilarating. It's a reminder of how small we are in the face of nature's raw force. Few places on Earth feel so otherworldly. The Darvaza crater is a spectacle you'll never forget. For years, the Darvaza crater was a Soviet secret, hidden from the world. After Turkmenistan's independence, word spread about the burning pit in the desert. Adventurers braved the harsh journey to witness the spectacle firsthand. Photos and videos shared online fueled the legend, making it a bucket list destination. The Turkmen government eventually embraced the site as a tourist attraction. Local folklore grew around the crater with stories of supernatural power and divine punishment. The name Gateway to Hell stuck, capturing imaginations worldwide. Tourists camped at the crater's edge, watching the flames under a star-filled sky. The site became Turkmenistan's most famous landmark, a symbol of both pride and curiosity. What began as a Soviet blunder became a global phenomenon. After 50 years, the fire's intensity is finally waning. Scientists have noticed the flames shrinking, the blaze less powerful than before. The once infinite gas supply may be running low. Decades of burning have depleted the underground reservoir. Erosion and collapsing earth may be blocking gas vents, smothering some flames. The crater is changing, slowly burning itself out. For environmentalists, this is good news. Less methane and carbon dioxide released. For adventurers, it's bittersweet. The end of a unique, awe-inspiring sight. The gateway to hell is entering its final act. The spectacle that once seemed eternal is fading. The desert's most famous fire may soon be just a memory. The world is watching as the flames begin to die. The end of an era is near. Turkmenistan's government is determined to extinguish the gateway to hell. In 2022, the president ordered a plan to put out the fire for good. The reasons are clear: economic loss from wasted gas and environmental damage from constant pollution. Capturing the gas could bring revenue and reduce emissions. One solution: drill a new well to intercept the gas and divert it into pipelines, starving the fire. Another: try to smother the flames with water, foam, or dirt, though this is risky and uncertain. The unstable ground makes any operation dangerous. Scientists and engineers are studying the site, searching for the safest way to close the crater. It's a complex, expensive challenge. But the mission is urgent. For the environment, the economy, and Turkmenistan's future. The world waits to see if the fire can finally be tamed. The gateway to hell is more than a spectacle. It's an environmental crisis. Methane, a potent greenhouse gas, once leaked freely from the crater. Lighting the fire reduced methane emissions but replaced them with carbon dioxide. For over 50 years, the crater has pumped pollution into the atmosphere non-stop. The intense heat has sterilized the soil, harming local plants and animals. The area around the crater is a zone of ecological destruction. Every day the fire burns, it wastes valuable gas and worsens climate change. Extinguishing the crater would stop this pollution at its source. The story is a lesson in how one mistake can have lasting environmental consequences. The gateway to hell is a stark reminder of our responsibility to the planet. The gateway to hell stands at a turning point. Once a symbol of human error and natural wonder, its flames are fading. The decision to close the crater marks a new era, one focused on sustainability and responsibility. The fire's end will silence the desert's most famous roar. The site will become a quiet scar, a monument to a bygone age. Adventurers will lose a legendary destination, but the world gains a lesson in environmental stewardship. The legacy of the gateway to hell will endure, reminding us of the power beneath our feet. Its story is a warning about unintended consequences and the need to respect nature. As the last flames die, the legend will live on. The burning hole in the desert will inspire and caution for generations.